Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jamie. I'm just driving back to the house. I dropped the girls off, and I go in at 12 today, so I had a little bit of time. So, if you're looking for some chart action here, whatever, some technical analysis, I'm not doing that this morning. It's April 4th, I believe, 2022. I know it's Monday, and it's April, but I just had some thinking out loud this morning I'm going to share with you. So I might run longer than 10, 15 minutes, maybe, of what I've been thinking about sharing. So I'm going to share it. And the reason I post this stuff is really I will listen to different influencers. I think that's the correct way to put it. YouTubers and podcasters that offer me really good information. And I have the mind now to receive the information. Sometimes I don't always get it. Sometimes I have to listen to it several times, and some of the stuff doesn't interest me, and I'll just go to something else. But the best success that I've had, the other day I had a coworker who said he had gone to a meeting. He went to I think it was a basketball game. Pretty sure it was a basketball game, and he was around. He's like me. Like, I don't have a college education. I have a high school diploma. I'm a father of 4, middle-aged dad. And this is just me, sharing my investment strategies, success and failures that I personally had, hoping to inspire and help somebody else. And I'm not on here asking for likes and subscribes. I'm not on here other than just sharing with my friends or people I've met, co-workers, and mainly with my kids in mind. My oldest is 20 at the time I do this, and he's kind of open-minded now. And I always use this as a reference because I think, what would the 45-year-old Jamie tell the 20-year-old Jamie if he had 25 years, right? And he's like, wow, it's me from the future. I would have a lot to tell the 20-year-old Jamie and say, look, if you do these things, you'll probably, most likely, be immensely more successful. Because I didn't know this. I had no idea that these opportunities were there. Now, granted, I didn't have the tools. The 20-year-old me didn't have the tools that we have right now. But information is really important. And I think that the more information you have and you're able to absorb, assimilate, and implement, the better prepared you are, the more likely you are, the better prepared you are for opportunity. So I don't know if that's a good quote or not, but like, the more information you have, the more prepared you are for opportunity. I like the way that sounds, because what's going to happen is, I'm getting back to the driveway here, but you're going to see things. You've been trained with the information you had for opportunities that you weren't aware of before. And when those opportunities come, it's very easy. It's like Mr. Miyagi. I like to do Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid with the wax on, wax off, paint the fence, because it becomes instinctive reaction when you kind of just know what to do. So information is really valuable, whether you really buy in on that or not. But some of the most successful companies, such as Google, which is a search engine, basically spies another country that risk their lives to get information to give the other country an advantage of knowing that this is what they're doing, right? When people go into companies even, and they're like moles. You ever hear that saying, when they go in, they try to get information? It's to give them an edge, right, over their competitors. So if you don't know, and you're ignorant, it doesn't mean you're stupid. I mean, how are you going to succeed? I mean, you could spend decades doing it the same way. I've done it. I've seen other people do it. And then you look back and go, oh wow, that was in front of me the whole time. I didn't even know it, or I was doing some of that and I didn't even realize it. So I think that's the key as I talk to my son. So today, what I wanted to share was, as all the things that are going on, that thing that's happening in Ukraine, right? Not the thing, right? But the invasion, the war that's happening for going on, I guess 5-6 weeks now. And how all that's playing out. They just had some reports about, it seems like, I don't think it's fake, some real atrocities and possible war crimes of what's happening. Which of all the things I've seen, I don't want to get on that too long, and there's a reason I'm mentioning it, is I saw this father get out of a car in one of the videos. I don't know if you heard this or seen this. I couldn't tell you it's his name right now, but it was just an article I read, and I watched the video where the father, there was a small convoy of people trying to get out. I believe it was of Kyiv or something like that, and there was a tank, a Russian tank, and the people in the tank started shooting at the cars, and I think the guy's wife got hit and she got killed. And inside of the car was a 6-year-old son, their 6-year-old son, and an elderly lady, which was a friend of or something. So the father jumps out in the video. The father jumps out of the car and puts his hands up to try to say, hey, there's a child in the car. I don't know if he knew his wife had died, or I don't know if that had happened yet, but they don't show it, and rightfully so, but he gets killed instantly, right after they shoot him dead. And then the next, as they explain this video, you see somebody escorting this 6-year-old boy, you know. So as a father, that really affected me, because my youngest is 6, and I thought how awful that a young little boy watches his mom and dad get murdered, and then he has to be escorted away, which really bothered me. You know, I wish, and I don't mean this, but like I think my wife would agree, if like there was a way we could get that little boy and bring him here, we would. So I think that there's people all over the world that are being affected by this, and how they're investing and how they feel about Russia, right, and everything that's happening right now with that. So I'm trying to keep the money that I have kind of available. I made a play into Volta and Robinhood. Again, I'm showing Robinhood as my main platform. I do have Webull and E-Trade and Thinkorswim. And then I have my 401k and Roth IRA. My big strategy is really real estate right now, which is going to be separate. But I think... Oh. Hi, sweetheart. I love you too. Bye, baby. Nobody, I was doing a video. I love you too, sweetheart. Bye. Have a great day at work. You look so beautiful. All right. Sorry, got a little distracted there. I'm going to leave this. So, the real estate stuff I'm doing with my wife, because it's fun. It brings us closer together, and it's something we want to give to our girls, you know, and she's stepmom to my sons, right? But we also want to do that with them, and help them have a better, all of them, you know, to have a better 20, 30 years than I had to figure out on my own, which took me over the past 10 years. So that being said, Volta, I'm looking for it to pop into the 4s, and I'm not going to get into that. Now, I spent some money. I have this card. Where is it? So I have a Robinhood card, and I have a Coinbase card that I use occasionally. I had forgotten my regular bank card, and I was at Home Depot because we're working on, you know, some housing projects, and I had to buy some flooring, you know, for the floors, like this pink stuff that you put down. Actually, let me see if I can show you guys that. Here it is. Yeah. So here's the finished floor. Right. So that's how it came out. Looks pretty good, right? And then I had, this was the stuff I was buying, this pink stuff. You know, there, you had to put that down underneath the plywood. And anyway, so I'm not an expert at that stuff, but basically, I had to spend some money quickly on my day off with the guy that we use to do some rehab stuff at our property, at one of the properties, and he was saying, "Oh, I need this, the mixing, the mortar, and the grout," and So I had to go buy all that stuff. So I was like, okay, let me just use this card that I have on me. So I spent about 260 and then another 180. So, you know, the reason I'm bringing that up is I had put a couple grand at 3. I've been stuck at 3 grand in the Robinhood account for months because of a lot of stuff that was going on, and I just wasn't working out for me. A lot of the short-term options I had weren't working out. The covered call premiums work out awesome for me. And now just over the past few weeks, I started to get into iron condors, iron butterflies, 4 option strategies, put credit spreads. And I have a good idea how this stuff works because of my experience, but I'm learning it and I'm being careful with risk management. And I would suggest that you do the same if you're going to get into that. But this may be another way for me to kind of catapult this number. So it's really around 8 grand. It's really around 8,000, but I don't want to put more money back into it because I actually put a couple grand into it. So it's okay, you know, that I did that. If the Volta thing goes the way I plan, okay, I'll just show that. I'm not gonna break this down, technical analysis stuff, but it has gone from around $3, and it did get over the 223. You can see there I have 327, and it went to 336. Doesn't mean it won't fall back down, but I feel like it's gonna get back into the 4s. I just don't know when. And I will do some profit taking, and I like to lock in profits because it's a great strategy to have, that if you do that and repeat that, and then you're going to lose some and you can keep building. I just wanted to show you guys that you can do that with any account, whether you're starting with $500, which is what I first started with a couple years back, and then you can kind of grow it from there and just figure out what you want to do with it. And now at this point in 2022, I'm saying, hey, let me show you guys 100,000 and what you can do with 100,000, and let me document that along the way. So Volta hopefully will hit 427, right, or higher, and then I will take $1,000 to $1,500 and add that to the number that you saw there, and then I will look at, you know, the next thing that I'm thinking about. And I think a recession is coming from what I've been hearing. I don't know that for sure, and if that happens, you know, there'll be more opportunity. Again, the more information you have, the better prepared you are for opportunity, and that is through surrounding yourself with other successful people. I'm not saying me, right? I'm saying that anything I've been able to accomplish, it's been through mentorship or self-betterment, and taking classes and absorbing information. I made some mistakes, but I'm like, I know that this person, male or female, younger or older, right? It doesn't matter. I've met some younger people far more successful than me. I'm like, wow, they figured it out sooner, and they have millions. I know a couple billionaires, but like they're not my buddies. But I've worked for them, and I've spoken to them. But I have friends that are multimillionaires, and I listen to them. Like I try to say, you know, what can I do? They're my friends, so I don't try to I don't want them to feel like I'm using them, because I appreciate my friendship with them. But they'll share stuff with me that I never was open-minded to about investing and what you should do with your money, that I wasn't open to 10, 20 years ago, you know, in my 20s and 30s. It was really like in my late 30s, early 40s where I started to kind of get it. So so that's for me. So I'm really encouraging you to do that, to get information wherever it's from, digest it, make your own decisions, do your own research and due diligence. But every day, I get excited talking to other coworkers, you know, friends, family members, and people that are open to that. And then if I tell them something or share something that I learned, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know that," and I could see the light come on, I can show them the validity of that thing, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're right. I never." And then they try it out their own way, and then they'll come back and say, "Hey, Jamie, I'm not a like and subscribe to, you know, like I'm not going to ask that because that's not where I'm doing it. I don't have any courses that I'm going to teach. So whether I go from today, I was at 65 people that were on there, which I always thought was funny. So if it goes to 600 or 6,000 or whatever it goes to, I have no plans of charging, you know, for information. I really enjoy helping people to succeed. I think that's the best return. It comes around. I believe in karma. So anyway, that's it. That's my thinking out loud this morning. I don't know how long this is gone. It's probably gone, 15 minutes. Not too bad. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll tell you what I'm getting into, what I'm opening up, and what I'm looking at. Again, my main things are Tesla. Oh, look at it. It's going up and down there. Tesla, Google, and Amazon. I'm watching for those 20-to-1 splits. Not with Tesla. I don't know if when I think Tesla is like June is when they're going to maybe do something, but definitely I will end with this. I looked at some premium call, like if you were selling 100 shares of Amazon, I mean, it's pretty good return. It's like, $4,000 a week. Granted, you're going to lose the shares if it hits that. And I think Google was the same, GOOGL, because there's 3 of them. But Tesla, for $100, for $1,000 a share versus Google was $2,800. Amazon is over $3,000. Tesla is $1,100, and you get almost the same premiums. So having 100 shares of those companies is probably going to be to your advantage, even if they split and they drop overall. The premiums will drop. I feel like those are some of the best. I was looking at Tesla yesterday, reading about how they're coming up with these. They have this. They're in Australia right now, promoting their tiny homes, and how they're solar, and they have these power walls, and again, stuff you can Google and find out about yourself. Really interesting stuff. I was looking yesterday at this thing. Let me see. I'm always be careful my pictures. Oh, there it is. This way. So I saw this. What do you call it? RV, right? And I was thinking we're gonna buy it and go put it somewhere on a piece of land, and then Airbnb it if it's by the beach or by a lake, because this one's really nice inside. Which is another topic, another conversation. So, but then that got me into Tesla, saying they're building these things, and how they're efficient, and they're about $100,000 new. I mean, that one I was looking at was around in the $50,000 range, and it was used. But it just got me thinking. It just got me thinking about different opportunities that are available that you can consider. And the housing market, to me, is like there's always going to be people needing a place to live. So, all right, I'm done. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good Monday.